Yep.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to SeaWorld. I'm excited to be back. Today is a very special start to the SeaWorld, I wanted to say season, but it's not a SeaWorld season.
It sort of is. It's the Seven Seas Food Festival.
Yes.
You can come check it out Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays through May 9th. And this is our favorite festival at SeaWorld.
Yeah,
it is awesome.
And I have said this multiple times in the past that I think that the food here, both quality and portion size, rivals that of all of the Disney festivals.
It sure does.
So I'm really excited. I was looking through the food book that they have, you know, kind of like their encyclopedia. I don't know, what am I talking about?
It's like an event guide.
Their event guide, yeah. It gives you a list of all the booths and the foods.
Lots of new items.
A ton of new stuff. And a lot of vegetarian and vegan options. So I'm excited. We've got a few bites. And let's start trying some stuff.
So we have got some food to start out. We are so excited to try it. And these are two new items that we're starting with. And just so you are aware, SeaWorld did invite us out today. So there are a lot of booths that we're gonna be able to try right in one area. So I'm gonna tell you where they are in the booklet. That way you can find them around the park when you come to visit. But these first two items that we have are from the Asian market. We have the giant tempura prawns they come with a sea urchin aioli and fresh lemon. We also have the crispy pork belly bites that are with sweet soy and ginger glaze. It also comes with some rice and then a side of ginger as well. These things are huge. I think that these prawns was the perfect place to start. They are humongous and they were cooked perfectly. The tempura was nice. It wasn't super thick. It had a little bit of crispiness to it. And then that prawn on the inside was so juicy. And I love aioli with seafood. It just hit this spot. And I haven't tried the pork belly yet, but I'm going to right now.
Wow. That crispy pork belly is really, really good. So savory, so tender. Nice little bit of saltiness in there. The only thing I think that this dish is missing is more of a glaze to kind of
more sauce.
Glaze or maybe a more sauce to dampen up that rice and kind of get a good mix with the pork belly and the rice. But pork belly is, at least what we got right here, phenomenal. So good. So the next market that we're trying here is number 18. This is the vegan market, and we've got a jackfruit sloppy joe. This is brand new this year. It's served with red cabbage slaw and a chipotle emulsion. And that's basically the jackfruit is inside, like emulsified inside of the chipotle. So sauce.
Yeah.
Let's try it. I actually really like this. I think it's pretty good. The chipotle, maybe dial it back a little bit on that. It does have some kick and some heat to it, almost to the point where you don't really taste the jackfruit at all. But if you're wondering, like, this is kind of a take on a barbecue sandwich or just like not really a sloppy joe because it has more of that pulled barbecue pork feel and texture to it. But overall, it's pretty good. The cabbage slaw that's on there has a nice bit of like a sour kind of kick to it. It kind of actually helps balance the whole sandwich out. So it's pretty good. And if I got this inside and paid for it, I'd actually be pretty happy with it.
Then heading to booth number 5, this is the All-American Market presented by Kraft Heinz. This is located next to Voyager Smokehouse if you're looking for it. And I have a new item, the Lobster White Cheddar Kraft Mac and Cheese. It looks quite scrumptious. Ooh, yeah. I like the little bit of breadcrumbs on the top just to give a tiny little bit of extra texture in there. But what's really nice is the pieces of lobster are actually pretty good size. Sometimes when you get them mac and cheese with lobster, it's just kind of like that lobster flavor and then you get a piece of lobster here and there. But no, this is like lobster throughout the whole entire thing. It is really good. And it's nice and creamy, lots of cheese in there, which I think that's really what makes a good mac and cheese.
So the next thing that we're gonna try real quick is from the Mediterranean market. This is a new dish this year. This is the goat cheese croquettes. And it's locally sourced honey with a little bit of fresh thyme in there, drizzled over the goat cheese. Deep fried, smells so good. Let's try it. There's that good goat cheese flavor. And then it's balanced really well with the honey, except it's very, very salty. Like almost over the top. So I guess it is kind of nice that they have that sweetness in there from the honey to help balance that a little bit, but it's still pretty good. I enjoy it.
Now we are trying something from the Polynesian Island Market. This is a new dish, the Korean barbecue lamb ribs. They look and smell amazing. They come with a daikon slaw. Oh, they look good. Oh boy, are awesome. I honestly don't think I've ever had a lamb rib before. So lamb does have a different flavor than, and kind of a little bit different texture than pork and beef. However, with the sauce on there, it really kind of helps cut that gaminess that sometimes you get with different kinds of meat. Ooh, I don't even know what is all in this sauce, but it is so good.
Huh. It's a teriyaki soy sauce.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is really good.
And it is fantastic. This might be my favorite dish. Like, this is so amazing. It has almost a beef jerky taste to it. I like it. I love it. It's good.
So now I have the white chocolate raspberry cheesecake in a waffle cone, and in the past years, one of my favorite dishes has been the banana Foster cheesecake in a cone, so I'm really excited to try this. It's a really good flavor of the white chocolate and the raspberry in there, but the cheesecake is super smooth, but it's also really light and airy, so it's not like what you would have as a typical like set cheesecake that's kind of firm and chilled. This is still chilled, but it's different, and I really like the light and airiness of it. So we have a pretty tasty new cocktail here. This is the Manta Margarita. It's Milagro tequila, Monin blueberry syrup, pineapple juice, and citrus sour, and it's served in this little cute pouch, and they serve it with a straw. Now this isn't just any ordinary straw. So at SeaWorld, they pretty much only use paper straws because it's SeaWorld and we're friendly here to the environment. But this is an edible straw, and it's actually lime flavored, which I think is perfect with this margarita because lime and margarita just goes together. Oh my. This is so tasty. It really tastes like Kool-Aid. I didn't even know it was a margarita. Josh was like, there's tequila in that. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. But it is so good, and I love the little pouch it's served in. It comes on a little lanyard, so you can just kind of walk around and have your drink with you, which is like super convenient, especially at these festivals when you're trying to hold all kinds of food and everything else. So this, genius idea. And with the straw, that was smart.
All right, guys, so we have now been released into SeaWorld's park from the media team, so pretty exciting. We're not probably going to ride any rides today.
They did give us each a little lanyard with 5 punches on it. So we did try a few of the new items. We tried 7 new dishes for this year. And then we're actually going to go into the park and probably try a few more things. I mean, we can technically try 10 more things, but that's a lot.
I don't think we'll be able to. I don't think we'll be able to. We're going to have to come back. And I, you know, this is what I really love about this festival is that it's so close to us. It's not like Busch Gardens, which is an hour down the road.
Yeah, SeaWorld's like 20 minutes.
We're so close here that it's easy for us to come back over. So we're definitely going to come back and try some more food. But we're going to grab a few more dishes and have some fun and then head on home. So I think one of the first things that I've noticed so far being here is that the booths actually seem to have a more permanent like establishment. So they're not just these, you know, kind of little kiosk windows anymore. They seem to be really well decorated, and I don't really remember them being like that last year. I guess I'd have to look at last year's video to really see, but they seem to be something that really may be more permanent throughout the entire year, maybe. So I am super full, but we came across the Brazilian market, and I just had to try the steak here, and they have the Brazilian cheese bread, and this is something that you can find at Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. And so I thought I would love to try this and just kind of have a general comparison because obviously we can't do a side by side, but let's try it. The cheese, Brazilian cheese bread. So Obviously, these are much smaller than what you would get over there, but still same great flavor. They're nice and cheesy, a little bit of saltiness in there, very savory, almost a little buttery, and they're really enjoyable. With having these small pieces, it almost feels like you need to have something to dip them in, like a marinara sauce or something like that. I feel like, but you don't, because that's not the point of it here, but they're good. Definitely will get these again. Now, the other thing that I said I wanted to try was the steak. This is the Brazilian Picana? This is the Brazilian steak. It's served with a tomato chimichurri. That's kind of what they drizzle over the top of it, but it's actually served with what looks to be lima beans, green beans, and either banana or yuca. I took my sunglasses off because I realized I couldn't see my eyes. This is fantastic. Wow. Wow, is that good. Let me just say, like, for any of these festivals, I never expect the steak or any beef dish that you get to really be on that more medium to medium rare side. I always feel like they tend to be slightly overdone, and because they're cooking in mass quantities, that's what tends to happen. This is so stinking tender. Like, OMG, it's so good. I know that I'm talking about it and Taylor's gonna want to try it, but I'm gonna try and quickly eat it all before Taylor can put the camera down so she can't have any.
Here's the true test. I'm like the steak connoisseur here. That honestly, like Josh was spot on. It's so tender. It honestly, when you look at it, looks like it's cooked like a medium well maybe, but probably because it was just cooked properly, it's still super tender. Now the chimichurri sauce does give it a really nice flavor. However, it is a little bit spicy, so just keep an eye out for that. I don't know if you like spice or not, but I do really enjoy this. So we made it around to Sweets Market, and I think this is probably our last stop because we're pretty full now. But I really wanted to get this last year. It's the rainbow cheesecake. They did not have it the day that we came because it was such a popular item. They kept running out. But we are in luck. Today they had it, and it is fantastic. I actually really just wanted to try it because it looks like that rainbow ice cream that's like a vanilla rainbow. And that's really what this tastes like. It's like a vanilla cheesecake that is rainbow. It was a good way to end. It's just like the white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. That's actually where you can get it is right here. But I wanted to really try this rainbow, and I'm glad to be ending on this note.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for us here at SeaWorld today. We had a lot of food to eat, and I'm so full.
We did. We are stuffed.
But I'm ready to come back again once, you know, maybe like in a couple weeks or so.
Yes, I am so glad they have so many new food options this year.
Yeah.
And the booths look amazing themselves.
Yeah.
Like the new signs and everything they have on there looks really cool. And I mean, just overall, good variety of food, good quality food. And I overall enjoyed today.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, like I've said in the past, I really do think that Seven Seas Food Festival does tend to kind of rival Epcot's Food and Wine or even Flower and Garden Festival on quality of food and portion sizes for the price. And don't forget, you can always get yourself a little punch card if you want.
They do like 5, 10, and 15, I believe.
Something like that. And then there's a one for annual pass holder. So if you're AP for SeaWorld, you get a little bit of a discount as well. So it's a great place. Come here, eat some food, ride some coasters, see a show. They do have live concerts as well. So, you know, check it out.
And let us know if you are planning to come to Seven Seas Food Festival here at SeaWorld Orlando.